Season 7, I think they're running the side stream right now, so shout out to Season, shout out to 7. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for helping us out here at Patchwork. Oh man. Shout out to our sponsors.
All right.
We got Tekken music playing. We got Tekken music playing. Soul and Myth coming on the screen. This is going to be a hot matchup.
So, Myth, being from my home region of, Washington, D.C., part of the MDVA sphere, I have seen the come up of Myth for ages. Back when I started competing, Myth was this, like, kid who was a Mario main. His name when he was Mario, he used to be Dark Wizzy's son. That was his tag.
That's
and
he
was a 2-2er at these events, but now he is ranked within MDVA, and he is going up against Soul
from Kentucky. And I need to point out, both of these players are coming off of very hot upsets. I just looked at the bracket. Myth came off of a 3-1 win versus Brujo, which is huge. I think part of it was a Kazuya ditto. Brujo pulled out the K roll for a little bit. And Soul came off of a 3-1 win versus Meister. So these are two players who are not supposed to be at this stage in the bracket, according to seeding, but are both on a hot streak. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these two can do. Because, wow, those are two big upsets.
It is such a crazy thing, too, that both of these players are winners at a major. This is top 24 qualifier, so winner gets all the marbles. If we're noticing here, Rage Drive already online for Myth, but there it is, coming straight out. You know, chipping away at that damage with the banana, that is all well and good, but when Kazuya has Rage Drive, that is exactly the stock that we are going to be seeing gone. The electric actually canceling out the dash attack. What an important thing for Myth.
Yeah, I'm a little worried, including his tag for Soul. Clearly, he's not, actually. Oftentimes, I think playing against Kazuya can feel like you're playing a Dark Souls game. You get hit once, and you take half your health bar, maybe more. And just like that, Monkey Flip getting caught out by the EWGF. It's not enough to turn into anything more, but there is still a slight lead for Myth on this game number 1. But it looks like Soul wants to start things off. Once he gets banana in hand, it's not going to be easy for Myth to make his way in.
I think that the banana has quickly taught Soul that if he is looking for either a monkey flip, a dash attack, anything that he can to get in the way that he is, he needs to have the banana as an extra added tool for his protection. It's so important to Diddy Kong's matchup, and it's something that he's been using to stall out the electric, which would otherwise interrupt his momentum. Hanging at the ledge and not going to be catching him with the up smash, but way past full rage right now for Myth, so anything could take this dog away from Soul. Myth has the banana in hand, but not going to be using that. Instead, the tool of misdirection, and what a great thing from Soul to be able to get up a whole stock over Myth.
That was so slick from Soul. The little ledge cancels that you saw, there was a sequence of moves that just looked so swag, and I love watching Diddy Kong. He's one of my favorite characters, and Soul is absolutely doing it justice. I think Tweak would be proud of this one.
The two nairs in a row. The electric coming out, not able to get any kill confirms off of it, but just trying to get as much extra credit as he can at this moment. 83% is pretty decent for Diddy Kong, but Myth still not deterred, going to get F-tilted, and now finding his way back to the ledge. However, Soul, the banana in hand, knows that Myth's approach options are limited. The down air at the ledge is going to take yet another stock.
Yeah, we still have a bit of a lead, but you know with Kazuya, that lead can evaporate like the rain on a sunny day. We're not far away from Myth turning this back into his own favor, but I really want to see Soul close this out. He's played so well so far this game. He's gonna get hit by the side B. There's a chance for Myth here. Soul, can you stave off the pressure?
Soul successfully catching the trip with the banana flip, but it's going to be taken away by the rage drive. That's Myth closing out game number 1 in an instant.
Oh man, Soul's gotta feel like he got scammed. He's gotta feel like that's a $5 victory. That's one that you're like, you see the rage drive come on your line, it's like your life starts flashing. When you start hearing the saxophone, so your life starts flashing before your eyes. Yeah, I get it.
Have you ever played Smash Brothers Ultimate with your life on the line?
Right now, I think Soul is probably feeling that way.
Yeah.
Every time that health, that percentage bar flashes red, he's probably seeing the sirens, he's seeing the warning signs.
I have rarely seen a person look so dejected after a loss than the face that I saw Soul make.
That's, you know what, and I can't blame him. I really can't, because in that moment, like, you feel like you were in control of the whole game, and it got robbed, like daylight robbery from you at the very end. But you have to stay steady, you have to stay up, you have to keep your mental right if you want to win versus Kazuya. You have to realize that stuff like that might be a little inevitable, and you have to continue to play your game. And he is playing his game as best he can, getting his I thought that was death for a second, and I was about to be a little angry.
That would have been really unfortunate for Soul, but successfully having the banana for any sort of overextension that Myth might make has been such a good adaptation for him. Rage Drive online, I just have to point that out, as that has been an important win condition for Myth thus far. Going to be going for the F tilt, but it is closing out that stock. What a great one it was from Soul, leading us in game number 2.
He's looking really good. I love Diddy Kong. I really want to see him keep going. It's not an upset because I think Myth is seated lower, but both of these players, once again, playing so hot on a monstrous upset from before. You want to continue this momentum so bad. It's a great opportunity for you to make a great result, making it a top 24 at a major, maybe the first one for these guys in a while.
Yeah, successfully able to get that monkey flip, and for Soul, the banana is just as important to his win condition as it seems Rage Drive is to Myth. Oh, man.
Nice.
Staying in place, really expecting to get the jab, but it is going to be Soul instead with the up smash to take that stock away from Myth, and having 3-1. Really important lead thus far. Of course, that up B is going to be taking that first stock from Myth, but Soul with a pretty healthy 2 stocks.
Yeah, you got to be happy with how he's played so far. He's playing, there's some anger in every single swing, I feel. Every single string, every single opener just feels like it's got a little bit more passion behind it after the way that game 1 was taken away from him. And Soul firmly in control of this game number 2. He does not want any sort of openings. Perhaps it's the stage pick, perhaps it's just anger, but it feels like Myth has not found his way in yet.
A successful reversal from Soul from what could have been a bad situation. Myth looking to chase him down. Unfortunately, as the slower character, it's not going to be that. The trip with the banana straight into the up smash. That's game number 2 for Soul.
I think I saw him, I can't read lips very well. I think I saw him ban Battlefield and Hollow Bastion. So we'll see where the stage pick is for Myth, but what a turnaround from Soul. What a turnaround. You have to, like I said, you have to be able to keep your mental steady. You cannot let a game like game number 1 get to your head. And Soul, the heart of a competitor, that's experience on trial for him. And he's proven that he belongs to make this top 24 winners.
And that was such a great change of pace. You know, Soul, it can feel terrible when you have a game that feels as though it was ripped away from you, but having such a strong 2-stock that second game, I think really helped him reset his mental state. Now he can go forward with a clean slate, not having to worry as much, but these electrics could make his tag come to fruition.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry a little bit too. But it's not too much of a lead just yet. It's easily comebackable. Both players trading their strings. And you imagine Kazuya would want a little bit more. Now with the Rage Drive online, you're pretty much at kill percent for the Diddy Kong. But the more pressure that Soul's able to put on, the better he will feel. Attempted ledge trump, but it's not well timed. Myth will make it back to the stage. Everything doesn't land. Charge up the up smash, and Soul continuing his reign from game number 2.
The balls of Soul to be able to charge the up smash, knowing that Myth would still choose to tech in place and get up, was such a read I was not expecting. Soul going to be leading us with that first stock. Myth not out of it just yet, and definitely not looking to lose his next stock either, but proving to be very difficult when he is stuck in so many ledge traps. Using the rocket barrel boost for the first time this game, that is going to be a monkey flip with the banana as a tool of misdirection. He waited for the shield and immediately punished accordingly.
Yeah, it's gorgeous from Soul. Like I said, anger in every single move this guy makes. So finally get his stock taken by the down B, but then still has a hill to climb, and Soul has no interest in giving him a staircase up. The more he gets in, the more damage Myth will take, and he's been impeccable at these ledges. Monkey Flip will go wide, Rage Drive online for Myth. Will he be able to get that early stock and turn this back into a lead for himself?
He's definitely going to be looking for it. That's exactly what he found. He waited for Soul to throw the banana, because the second he threw the banana, he knew that Soul was going to choose an aggressive option, punishing accordingly with the Rage Drive. That is what you should be doing as Kazuya. And speaking of things to do, up smash from the upper platform, absolutely taking the stock right away from Myth. No leads here.
It was gorgeous, and you know what? Soul has to he's not phased one bit by any of the stuff that Kazuya can do. It's clear that he's experienced, it's clear that he's done it before, and he has played against some high-level Kazuyas, because no matter what, he is completely ice cold, even on some very, very early KOs. If he gets Rage Drive, he says, all right, whatever, on to the next. And now we're up 2-1, and Soul, one game away from winner's side top 24 at Patchwork.
Now, we were just talking about mentality earlier. I'm feeling a little worried for Myth at this moment, because losing a stock at the very end as an SD when you are keeping such a close game has to be a terrible feeling.
Yes.
Now, going into game number 4, we are seeing the choice of small battlefield once again, because it was Myth's stage to choose, but still actually going to be looking for this early lead. Gates of Hell not going to be taking anything just yet, but charging that up smash after the electric, that'll be a very quick first stock. Myth is playing with a fire in his belly.
Yeah, I think that you might have been wrong about his mentality. That's a great way to start out this game number 3 or game number 4. Myth has to be able to keep his momentum up. You cannot let Soul have the same freedom that he's had in the past 2 games. And if he's able to keep it up, nice catch on the peanut. It's not going to lead to anything more, but the EWGFs will. And this is now a smothering performance from Myth so far. He's looking like a Greek god.
You could see that Myth has been making such advantage of the fact of when Soul doesn't have the banana in hand. The second he throws it away, he knows he's been wanting to go for a more aggressive option. Caught with the tail end of the F-tilt, not going to be hit with the banana either, as he was successfully to make it back to ledge. But still getting caught off stage yet again by Soul, who now has the banana in hand, successfully able to trip him up, not able to get anything more off of it. And now with all this extra rage, that up B from the upper platform is going to be changing the entire change of pace for this game.
Yeah, it feels like we've seen the same game over and over again in the pace and the tempo that both have played at, but just the main characters are swapping between the two. Myth firmly in control of this one and is continuing the momentum that he's had from these first 2 stocks. EWGF's flying here and there. Doesn't have the follow-up just yet, but this should be another stock, and Soul shakes his head. He said, all right, that's Kazuya. That'll be game number 4. And we are on game number 5 between these 2 competitors to try to make winner side top 24.
I'll be quite honest, it wasn't a game 5 that I expected to see, but we are like ready and waiting for this next match. Going to be getting a different stage, I believe, because now it is Soul's turn to ban stages, or to choose to have the stage pick.
I don't remember if DSR is not, so we could maybe go back to PS2. I'm not 100% certain. Somebody can correct me. Here we go. We're on town at City. Sorry, that's where Soul won his first game. So I'm not surprised to see it bring us right back. And these platforms will allow Diddy a lot of movement, a lot of space to try to avoid the very strong grounded options that Kazuya has. He does kind of have to stay close to the stage in order to be able to start stuff off, but it looks like he's not struggling. So far, Soul almost loses his life at the very start of this round, but he'll get away with murder at the very end. But here comes the up smash. Myth, not to be outdone, starting off game number 5, just like he started game number 4.
Yeah, such a different change of pace, because we saw for the first time, Myth is catching the bananas. He's going to say, no, I'm taking away your resource from me. Now you don't have an approach. Now you don't have any of these extra tools at your disposal. The difference from Soul, however, is that he is sort of going for a change of pace. You know, he's doing that animation that, like, where's my banana? I don't have it, man. The idol, the idol when he tries to make a banana pull. Myth, however, going to be slipping once again, proving that he really doesn't want the banana to be a factor in this gameplay.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better of a job maneuvering around, and you can see the adjustments he made very well for Myth. We are still close to kill percentage, where Rage Drive is on. This should be a kill. Very nice usage of the platform from Soul, and it'll keep Myth within striking distance. Only 48% lead. That's easily comebackable for a character like Diddy. Couple of strings, couple of grabs will turn Myth's stock into something that is even and comebackable. And here we go, just like that starts off. Can Myth stave off the chase, but can Soul keep up with this Kazuya?
Myth is certainly trying, no longer having the banana from Soul in hand, but he's still going to be looking for what it is that he can. I'm seeing a lot of his certain air dodges, not wanting to get caught unawares, but it is going to be the banana to interrupt the electric and what could have been a very dangerous moment for Soul.
Holy cow, the greatest banana in history. He is thanking his lucky stars that it caught that slip, because it definitely would have been a stock if it hadn't. Very, very big game of absolute inches for both of these players. A grab finally for Soul. He's looking for anything, looking for something. But Rage Drive, it becomes that much scarier. Now you have to avoid pretty much every hit, every single command grab. You can't hold shield safely. You have to keep your distance if you're this Diddy Kong.
You certainly do, and Diddy Kong has to keep his distance right now from Kazuya because the Rage Drive, with the additional rage of his percentage, is an important factor for sure. Looking to be nice so far, and you know, Myth thinking he was retreating up high, trying to get an ounce of safety, going to be caught straight by the up smash from Soul, who is currently trying to add on any sort of extra credit for cushion that he can.
He threw the banana a little early onto that platform, so there wasn't a punish, but he's still picking the right option. Soul continuing his momentum. The up B goes right through the ledge to try to catch a little bit of a kill, but it's a soft hit. Oh my god, he went for a spike. Soul wanted to end this game off early as best he could, but here's a parry. Forward throw. Oh my god, a monstrous smash from Soul. He's still alive on the second stock, and he's keeping Myth from making it back in. Soul moving all around, finally caught out by the dash attack. Myth digging deep. We're on last stock, game 5.
Soul was mashing for his life in that instance, and now that he has the banana in hand, he has even more tools at his disposal. Myth successfully catching anything that he can, does not want to have the banana to deal with, trying to stay grounded as much as possible, but you can still get caught by that monkey flip, just adding on to his rage, not quite getting the Rage Drive either, but doesn't have that option, so Myth forced to be quiet and careful with his approaches.
Whoa, these catches, they're playing a game of catch back and forth. Here's the start for Myth. He doesn't get anything more than 41%.
41% could prove very well to be a big difference. Rage Drive activated successfully from the monkey flip. Myth air dodging straight away, and Soul not going to be able to make a punishment off of it, but with the banana in hand, he is looking to keep Myth in this corner.
Hit by hit, we're in a ledge trap-ish situation. Monkey flip will land. It's not going to be enough just yet. He's not on the platform. There's still a chance for Myth to make this back. He's got a hit. He's got another hit. It's not going to be enough to get the kill, but it's so close. 87%. If Rage Drive comes back online, it's going to look very scary. WGF goes wide. Here it comes. He gets the up B, and Myth will pop off. What a monstrous performance. MVPA on top. He's in the crowd. Look at them surround him. And Soul, dejected, sits in front of the screen. What can you do? So close. Red percentages on every game. Shaking his head, no. Dejection, but elation for DC as Myth will punch his way to top 24 winners.
Top 24, and one of his best major performances of all time. Myth, the 18-year-old prodigy from MVPA.